The Abbasid Caliphate began its historic journey in the year 750 CE. This new dynasty rose to power after overthrowing the Umayyad Caliphate. The revolution that brought them to rule started in the eastern province of Khorasan, in Persia. They based their claim to leadership on their descent from Abbas ibn Abd al-Muttalib. He was an uncle of the Prophet Muhammad. This connection provided them with strong religious and political legitimacy. Many diverse groups across the Islamic world supported their claim, hoping for positive change. A new chapter was indeed opening for the vast empire. Once in power, the early Abbasid caliphs began to shift the empire's center. Their first capital was briefly in Kufa, a city in modern-day Iraq. Soon after, they moved to Anbar, also in Iraq, along the Euphrates River. However, these were temporary locations. The Abbasid leaders envisioned a grand new capital city. This eastward shift in focus was very significant. It signaled a departure from the Arab-centric rule of the Umayyads. Persian culture and administrative practices started to gain much greater influence within the new caliphate. The Abbasids aimed to create a more inclusive and universal Islamic empire. They actively welcomed non-Arabs into their administration and society. This was a marked contrast to the Umayyad dynasty. Under the Umayyads, Arabs often held the most privileged positions. Under the Abbasids, Persians, for example, rose to prominent roles in government and intellectual life. This policy of inclusion helped to unify the diverse populations within the sprawling empire. It fostered a sense of shared identity under the new leadership, contributing to stability. The new rulers focused on building a strong and centralized government. They established a sophisticated bureaucracy to manage the empire's affairs effectively. This administrative machinery included various departments known as diwans. These departments handled finances, the army, and correspondence. Creating such an organized system was crucial for governing the vast territories. This early stability and efficient administration laid the essential groundwork. It was the foundation upon which the later cultural and scientific flourishing would be built. The second Abbasid caliph, al-Mansur, founded the city of Baghdad in 762 CE. He carefully chose its location on the west bank of the Tigris River. Its official name was Madinat al-Salam, which beautifully translates to the City of Peace. Baghdad was meticulously planned as a round city. This circular design was highly symbolic and quite unique for its time. It had high walls and four main gates pointing to different parts of the empire. At its very center stood the Caliph's palace and the Grand Mosque. Baghdad's strategic location on the Tigris River proved to be extremely beneficial. The river provided water and was a key route for trade and transport. The city grew at an astonishing pace. Within a few decades, it transformed into one of the largest and most prosperous cities in the world. Merchants and traders flocked to Baghdad from distant lands. They came from China, India, Africa, and Europe. They brought valuable goods like spices, silk, paper, and precious metals, making the city a vibrant commercial hub. The city quickly became a remarkable melting pot of diverse cultures and peoples. Arabs, Persians, Syriac Christians, Nestorian Christians, and Jewish communities lived and worked together. People from Central Asia and India also contributed to its vibrant fabric. This rich diversity fostered an environment of intellectual exchange and creativity. Different traditions, languages, and ideas mingled freely within its walls. The caliphs actively encouraged this cosmopolitan atmosphere. They understood that it was a source of strength and innovation for their capital. Baghdad was adorned with magnificent palaces, impressive mosques, lush gardens, and numerous public baths. Crucially, it also housed many libraries and educational institutions. The most renowned of these was the Bait al-Hikmah, or the House of Wisdom. This was much more than just a library. It was a major translation center and academy. It attracted brilliant scholars and thinkers from all corners of the known world. Baghdad was not merely a political capital, it was the undisputed intellectual and cultural heart of the Islamic world for centuries. The Abbasid era is rightly famous for its immense intellectual curiosity and achievements. A great translation movement was central to this golden age of learning. Scholars diligently translated a vast number of ancient texts into the Arabic language. These works came from Greek, Persian, Syriac, and Indian civilizations. This monumental effort preserved invaluable knowledge from antiquity. It also made these texts accessible to a wider audience of Arabic-speaking scholars. They studied, commented on, and significantly built upon this inherited wisdom. Mathematics experienced extraordinary advancements during this period. The Persian scholar Muhammad ibn Musa al-Khwarizmi was a towering figure in this field. He is often called the father of algebra as he systematically developed this branch of mathematics. His name, al-Khwarizmi, even gives us the modern word algorithm. He also played a crucial role in popularizing the Hindu-Arabic numeral system. This system included the revolutionary concept of zero. These contributions fundamentally changed how calculations were performed and understood. Astronomy was another field that flourished spectacularly under Abbasid patronage. Caliphs supported the construction of observatories in Baghdad and other cities. Astronomers meticulously observed the stars and planets. They made highly accurate calculations of celestial movements. They revised and improved existing astronomical tables known as ZIJ. Important instruments such as the astrolabe were refined and widely used. This advanced astronomical knowledge was vital for navigation, determining prayer times, and understanding the calendar. Their work had a lasting global impact. Literature and the arts were also highly valued and reached new heights of expression. The collection of tales known as Alf Layla wa Layla or 1001 Nights became world famous. These stories offer vivid glimpses into the society and culture of the era. Poetry was a particularly esteemed art form, with poets composing verses on diverse themes. Calligraphy, the art of beautiful handwriting, was developed into a sophisticated and revered art. It adorned manuscripts, public buildings, and everyday objects with elegant Arabic script. One of the most celebrated Abbasid rulers was Caliph Harun al-Rashid. He reigned from 786 to 809 CE. His rule is often considered the zenith of the Abbasid Golden Age. Harun al-Rashid was renowned for his immense wealth, his patronage of culture, and his diplomatic skills. He established connections with distant rulers, including Emperor Charlemagne of the Franks. Legends and stories about his magnificent court in Baghdad are famously featured in 1001 Nights, painting a picture of splendor and intellectual vibrancy. Many brilliant scholars and thinkers made profound contributions during this era. Figures like Al-Kindi, known as the philosopher of the Arabs, worked on Greek philosophy. Muhammad ibn Zakaria al-Razi, or Rhazes, was a pioneering physician and alchemist. Al-Farabi made significant contributions to philosophy, logic, and music. These polymaths, excelling in multiple disciplines, produced influential works. Many of their writings were later translated into Latin. These translations significantly influenced European thought during the Middle Ages and the Renaissance. The Abbasid period saw remarkable advancements beyond just philosophy and mathematics. Great strides were made in fields like medicine, engineering, and agriculture. Public hospitals were established, some even featuring separate wards for different illnesses. This was a very advanced concept for the time. Engineers developed sophisticated irrigation techniques, improving agricultural yields and supporting growing populations. The art of papermaking, originally learned from Chinese prisoners of war, spread throughout the empire. This made books more affordable and accessible, fueling the spread of knowledge. The legacy of the Abbasid Golden Age is truly immense and far-reaching. This era played a critical role in preserving and expanding upon the knowledge of ancient civilizations. It made transformative contributions to science, mathematics, medicine, and philosophy. These advancements laid foundations that modern civilization continues to build upon. The period demonstrated the remarkable power of cultural exchange, intellectual freedom, and patronage of the arts and sciences. Though the Abbasid Caliphate eventually declined, its brilliant cultural and scientific achievements continued to illuminate and inspire subsequent generations across the globe.